Welcome to Monday Night Live. I am your guest. I am your host, Owen Video, and I am so excited to be with you here today, guys. As always, welcome back. As you know, we are live on Facebook every single Monday, and every single Monday, who knows what type of technical problems we're going to have. I had to restart this computer a couple times just like right now, so I'm like scrambling. My kids are coming home, but all of that gets put on a shelf as tonight we dig in to your questions about anything related to video marketing, online marketing, or growing your business. This is my open office hours where you guys can ask me whatever is on your mind, and I am excited to dig into this with you tonight. If it's your first time here, I want to invite you to subscribe to the channel and check out the links in the description box below. We're live on YouTube every Monday. We're live on Facebook every Wednesday, and we've got lots of cool stuff in between. I just ate a Snicker bar, so I've got like peanuts kind of like all over my mouth. If any of them come flying at the screen, I want to apologize up front. Hey, big shout out to Gord Eisman. Gord is the moderator for today's chat. I'm excited to be working with him. And if anybody out there, if you guys want to be or are interested in being a moderator for a future chat, please let me know. Reach out to me on Facebook Messenger. If you don't know how to do that, you can just search for Owen Video on Facebook and reach out to me there. So I am going to be answering your questions today. It looks like we've already got some questions lined up, and I've got a few from Facebook. I want to say what's up to my loving and adoring audience out there. First of all, Turnip Tiger Gamer, who's always the first one here. It's good to see you. Hey, Gord, did you by any chance see what time we started? It's probably like 4:01. Hey, Gord Eisman is here. Paul Peck, the man. Rosa Vasconcelos. I always try to pronounce the names right. Kim here. What's up? Kim is always logging in. Always good to have you here. John Borham says he's got a question. Good, John. I've got a question for you, too. Where's your profile pic? Where is your profile pic? Or maybe that is your profile pic. I'd love to know. Jen Adventures, good to see you. She says you can start now because Jen's here. Very funny. I love it. Everyday Man Tech, Barb T USA. I have to switch to phone to watch. Will share out. Thank you so much. It is good to have you here. And let me just say something about Barb. I really like Barb. Barb Tomlin is a live streamer, and she's in the game. And I'll tell you, she's a little bit older than she's a little bit more mature than, some of us in the live stream game. But let me tell you, she is on her game. She's sharing, she's commenting, she's the first to know about something new. Barb, I really dig you, and I'm glad that you're here. Eileen Smith. Good to have you. Doug Hewson is here. I think Doug was moderating the call for Brian G. Johnson the other day. So that's cool to see kind of like all of you guys in the moderator community. Dr. Sten Ekberg, my favorite chiropractor that I've never met. Really great to see you guys. Good group here tonight. Now, if it's your first, watching from Brazil, well, hey, garfo. I know a couple Portuguese words. Sorvete is another one that I know. Hey, guys, if it's your first time here, I want to remind you that the show today is brought to you by the Video Marketing Toolkit. You can get my top performing scripts, tricks, and tips for growing your business with video marketing, and I've put all of them in this really big PDF document with scripts and images and links to some different things. It's all in the Video Marketing Toolkit, and all of that can be found in the description box below. If you are looking to grow your business with video and live streaming, then perhaps you should check it out. Stop wasting everybody's time. Get on top of the video marketing game. I know we would love to have you. So if you have questions tonight, guys, what I would like to do is I'd like for you guys to ask those questions in the comment area now. Don't wait. All right, till it feels great. Put your comments in now so that I can, Gord is going to be feeding those comments or those questions to me via Facebook Messenger, and we're going to try and stay on top of this game today. But first, I had a great question come in this week from Rosh Silers, okay? And so, did I see Eddie Garrison is here? Eddie Garrison and David Maradiaga. Oh, man, what a great group. Like, just some real serious ballers in the group today. So, let's talk. First, how many of you guys know Rosh? Okay, Rosh has got a pretty good channel, pretty exciting channel. And he's asking me a question about strategy, okay? He says, I want to retool my focus, okay? Focus my general business channel into grow your business with a combination of marketing tools to achieve business peace of mind. But here's what my research tells me. My polling leaves the concept of peace of mind in personal and business far ahead of wealth, money, growth, anything I've tried so far, hardly a second place. So, should I create a channel around business peace of mind? No one is looking for it. They do look for business growth ideas, so double down on business growth. Use my combination code concept. Okay, so he's asking me about strategy. And really the question that I'm going to lead with today is, should you start a channel about something with huge opportunity but not a lot of search engine traffic, okay? The answer to that is going to be yes, okay? I do think that that's a good idea. But here's the thing. YouTube is all about opportunity, right? You want to be digging for gold where there's nobody else digging for gold. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself in this constant battle for who can rank for the key terms, right? So in my space, there's largely like Brian, Nick, Daryl, Tim, Sean Cannell, all of us trying to rank for the same big terms. Justin Brown. How many of you guys know these guys? If you know any one of those names, put that name in the comment section right now. And if you know all the names, put all those names in there. I want to see how popular my buddies are. So the problem with that is if you've got a lot of people digging for gold in the same spot, your chances of finding gold are going to be fewer and far between, and the nuggets you're going to find are going to be smaller. Right? You get that? They're going to be smaller. So there is a lot of value in finding a niche that not a lot of people are dominating. Okay, where there's not a lot of competition. Now, how do you get found? Well, you've got to have a distribution channel. You've got to have a strategy for distributing that content. I see Savvy BGTV just logged in. This is extremely relevant to a channel like yours as well. You've got to know, okay, nobody's searching for this, business peace of mind. So how do I get it out there? Well, you've got to reach out to third-party sources. You've got to reach out to bloggers, tweeters, and Facebook pages. Tell them what you're doing, okay, and get them to feature you in their newsletter, in their blog, and so on and so forth. A really great strategy would be to create content similar to what their audiences want to hear, and then have them sponsor your show, and in exchange, they will embed your show into their channel. So I'm seeing a lot of you guys know Owen, Tim, Nick, Brian, Daryl, and Roberto, John, Sean Cannell, Brian G, Absolute Think Media. Yeah, you guys know it. These are, I did. Eileen Smith says, did you forget about Roberto? I could never forget about Roberto, but I mentioned a lot of names at one time. Okay, so John Boram has a question, and he is saying, what is the best software for reaction polls on Facebook? Okay, that is a great question, and I'm going to have to go with Webinar Jam. Now, I don't know if Webinar Jam does a Facebook thing, but they are a webinar software, and they do have a ton of features. In fact, I bought a Webinar Jam competitor last year, and I really wish I would have gone with something a little bit more like Webinar Jam. I ended up not using this software too much at all, and I'm bummed out about that. So that's my answer to you there. Now, John, I want to know, why do you want poll software? First of all, Facebook has a polling system built into it. Are you trying to create quizzes? All right, because there's also a lot of third-party quiz software out there as well, and that's something that you might want to consider as well. Walt wins. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Okay. Sabby BGTV is saying, what are the best strategies to find these third-party resources, right? To find these bloggers. Well, I teach this in great depth in my training course, and I've got a whole program where I can show you not only how to reach out to them or how to find them, but how to reach out to them, what to say when they say yeah, or what to say when they say no. Did you guys know that being able to accept a no graciously or gracefully can lead to new business? Absolutely it can. When you're able to say to somebody who goes, when you go to somebody that says, well, we're not really interested in that right now, and you say, hey, no problem, I totally get that. Let me ask you something. How can I help you? I get it. You don't want to put my blogs in right now. No problem. But you've got great content. How can I help you? Can I share your stuff? Can I put your stuff on my channel? Right? And watch their demeanor change almost instantly when stuff like that happens. So knowing how to respond to people, when they say no is huge. Now, what are some other great resources? Okay, because I just basically promoted my course. Other great resources are to Google it, right? Sabby BGTV, tell everybody a little bit about what your channel does, okay? And while you're typing that in, I will talk a little, because his channel talks about like the India and America relations in terms of cultural, teaches people in India about what's hot in America. So you're going to want to find channels that are already or blogs that are already doing stuff like that. How to be American, from an Indian perspective, India and America. Similar types of keywords like that are going to help you to, go into Google and look for that. Go onto YouTube and search for the things that you are doing, similar channels on YouTube, and look for them. Okay, to let that open the door to finding new partners and relationships. I'm going to tell you the key to this. The key to this is going to be, what's the word? Is knowing how to reach out to them. Okay, and not sounding like a blogger spammer type, right? Because I get that kind of stuff all the time and I hate it. Thank you, Sabby. Boom, for the super chat here. Okay, Dr. Sten Ekberg is saying, do you know when everyone will have polls on YouTube? You should have it, my man. Dr. Sten, how many subscribers do you have? Does anybody else not have polls on their YouTube page? Because that's odd to me. I've had, I guess I've been so popular for so long, you know what I mean? I forget that not everybody has this kind of stuff. So you should have it already. It should be part of the cards system. And it's a great feature. As a matter of fact, I use it. I don't use it a lot, but when I have used it, I used it on my Snapchat videos. And that's a demographic that's more likely to engage, and that engagement has been pretty real. So on the polls as well, guys, here's some things about using polls is I have used polls to drive traffic to my page. It's kind of like, do you want to grow with YouTube? Yes, then visit my page at, facebook.com, or no, then check out my Facebook video stuff, right? So I've actually used polls to drive traffic. Tim at Longwell Art, it's about time. Sabby BG says, I have no Facebook strategy. Well, we talked about that, bro. If you were working with me, you would have had one by now, and you'd be executing on it. So, sorry to hear it, but you got to stay on top. There's a lot to do, and having a consultant can really, really help with that. If you guys have questions, ask them in the comment area, okay? Gord is going to feed me those questions through Messenger. And Gord, I saw a question pop up. I just sent it to you. I'm asking that question from John. It says, I run a Facebook page and want to get more people on my page. Why? Why do you want to get more people on your page? That's my question for you. All right. These are things you have to consider. I asked this same question to a client years ago. She says, well, I need to have a Facebook strategy. I said, why? So I don't know. I thought that's what you were supposed to do. And my answer to her was that, yeah, if you're trying to do something, okay, if you're trying to do something, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to generate leads? Are you trying to grow a chat bot? Do you want to get more folks onto your live video program? Here's two different ways to think about YouTube. And really, I should make a video about this. My hair, by the way, is driving me nuts, guys. I have been editing video all day and haven't had a chance to even look at myself. Hey, by the way, let me ask you, did you have a productive day today? Yes or no? Let me know in the comment section. Okay, so two different ways to look at YouTube. Number one is you can grow a page. Growing a page is you are developing an audience that you can pay to advertise to. Do you understand that? So it's actually a two-step process. In order to grow your Facebook page, you have to pay for ads. You just have to do it. Now, you can do collabs and you can do, basic like email marketing stuff. Like you can do other off Facebook things to bring people to your Facebook page to like the page. But let me ask you this. Answer in the comment section. When was the last time you consciously liked a Facebook page? Like you went to the page and you clicked the like button. All right. I would love to know, because my thoughts are this, is that people are not liking Facebook pages that they used to. Okay. They're not liking Facebook pages that, Gord, you're doing a great job, by the way. They're not liking Facebook pages like they used to. Okay. That's the heart and soul of the matter. So you're going to have to pay to grow your Facebook page. And then now you've got 5,000 people that like your page. Now what? Now what are you going to do? You got to pay to go advertise to them. So you had to pay to grow the page, and now you have to pay to engage the page. It is Savvy is saying, I went to your page and liked it. Yes, my man. Big air 5 for Savvy BG. That's the big question, okay, is what is your strategy? Now, if your strategy is to get video views and get traffic, you can do that without growing a Facebook page. You simply make video ads. Is that Connor Owen? That is not Connor Owen. Oh, my gosh. I love this guy. Give it up for Connor Owen. Young guy, local guy at my church. Really dig his leadership skills, Connor. Great to see you here tonight. You can just run video ads and get video views. So two different ways to look at a Facebook page. Number one is growing your page. Number two is growing your video views. A lot of you guys are saying, I can't remember. John Borham is saying this morning. So it looks like there's lots of different ways to sort of look at growing a Facebook page. I believe in growing the Facebook page, and let me share you guys in what I'm doing. I am paying to grow my Facebook page. Why? Vanity. I want people to see that I have a big page. That's it. So my goal is 5,000 people. Right now, I'm acquiring new likes at about 75 cents a click. Okay? And, times, I got to grow by 3,000 people. So you guys do the math. It's going to cost me some money. But what I'm going to do with that 5,000 is now market it to who? Brands, clients. I'm going to say, look, I got 5,000 people on my Facebook page, and I can show you how to do the same thing. One new client will pay for that investment. 2 new clients is all profit. So Connor is saying ultra productive day. That's right, sir. Get into the muck of it. Longwell Art is saying not too many Monday gremlins, all due to drivers by Logitech. I'm glad to hear it. I definitely had the Wirecast gremlins hit me like 2 minutes before I went live. Airsick Hydra is saying, oh man, that reminds me, I need to learn my abs. I did some abs today. I did some sit-ups at the gym. Just kidding. Air Hydra said I need to learn OBS. It's a little live stream humor for you. Eddie Garrison, my highest ranking and most viewed videos are still product reviews. Should I begin to steer more towards those types? Okay. I did a video last week called The Biggest Mistake I Made in YouTube. Who saw that video, by the way? Do you guys say yes if you saw that video? Gord, can you post a link to that video in the description box? This is one of the most honest videos I've ever done, okay? And the biggest mistake that I made in growing my YouTube channel is that I made some videos that worked and I immediately changed direction. I thought, I did it. I did it already, right? And I don't want to stay in this game, right? So I changed direction. Absolutely destroyed my channel momentum. Look, you guys know how many subscribers Nick is getting? Nick Nimitz is getting somewhere around 5,000 subscribers a month, okay? I'm getting 20% of that. Now, I'm not jealous of Nick. I love Nick, and I'm so excited to see him succeed. My point is this, is that I could have been there sooner than him, but I changed the direction. Nick found a system that worked for his videos, and that's all he does. Justin Brown, Primal Video, same thing. His brother Mike is really a big source of power behind that channel. And he says, we were at dinner in Atlanta or in Dallas a couple week ago, and he says, I told him, I said, man, I found out what worked, and then I changed immediately. And he looks up at me, he drops his fork, and he goes, why? And I thought, I'm a creative, man. I don't know why. So Eddie Garrison, that's my long-winded answer. Yes. Do more of what works. Do only what works, and nothing but what works. And then when it stops working, do something new. If you want to satisfy the creative bone in your body, do something else on top of what works. How many of you guys agree with that? If you agree with me, give me a thumbs up. Give me some emojis. Okay, it's emoji time here. If you guys thought you were just going to watch this video and not engage, you were in for a surprise. This is all about engagement because I'll tell you, this channel is nothing without you guys. Which reminds me, big shout out to Dan Courier. Dan won. Hang on a second. Let me just kind of fix my chat box here. I feel like let me just move over to the side here. Yeah, there we go. That's a little bit better. Okay, so big shout out to Dan Courier. Dan actually won the $5 Starbucks gift card last week, and we are going to pick a new winner. But here's what we're going to do this week. I am going to do channel reviews next week, and I will review your channel, any aspect of it, the whole channel or just parts of it. It all depends on you. And if you want me to review your channel, then share this video on Twitter or on Facebook right now. Click the share button. Invite your friends to come on in and join in the conversation. And I'm going to be picking 3 winners. 3 people, maybe 5. Okay, depending on who those 3 are. 3 to 5 winners. Or share. I don't call them winners because we're all winners here, right? 3 to 5 people who share this video, and I will do a full channel review, a YouTube audit for you, and help you grow your channel and get moving. So take a moment and share this video right now. Okay. Airsick Hydrani is saying, advice on how to create a media pack when you are looking to approach companies. Oh, I love this question. So, Gord, so you're writing down the time that I'm answering these questions, right? It's 4:26 PST right now. Guys, what we're going to do is in the description box, we're going to list out what time these questions were asked, and we're going to put time code on them. So you can come back to the video and look at the questions that were asked and click on the exact question that you wanted to see. Hey, big shout out to Peck Drywall. He just gave us a massive share. Rosh Silers just gave us a massive share on Twitter. Guys, keep it up. We are not going to pick the winners until Monday morning. So even if you're watching this show on Friday, Saturday night, you can still qualify for that free channel audit. Okay. So what Airsick Hydra is doing. Oh, I get it. Airsick Hydra, any advice? I get it. Okay, what Airsick Hydra is asking is how do I create a media kit? A media kit, okay, is a it's like a one sheet that you can send to brands, you can give it to companies, and it has all your highlights and your facts and your stats about it, about your company and what you do. She's asking, or he's asking me, how do I start to make this? Here's my first suggestion, because this is a great question. My first suggestion is to go to freelancer.com or fiverr.com and ask somebody there to make one for you. A good freelancer will have a process for you, and they'll have like 5-10 different questions that they can ask, or that they can ask you, and then they can build it out for you. If you're going to develop it yourself, the first thing that I would do is I would Google media kit, or I would put onto Facebook, does anyone have a media kit? Or ask on your Snapchat story, does anyone have a media kit that they can share with me? Roberto Blake has an awesome media kit. Now, he shared it in his private group, of which I'm a member. How many of you guys are private members in Roberto Blake's group? Lots of great content in there. And he shared his media kit. What you could do is Google media kit or press kit and download it and literally copy it. Now, I don't mean copy all the artwork. What I mean is that, where they have a logo, put your logo. Where they have colors, put your colors. Where they have Instagram stats, put your Instagram stats. There is so much value in learning from examples. So that's my advice for you. And Airsick Hydra, let me tell you, anybody out there with 5,000 or more subscribers, putting together a media kit or a press kit now is a wonderful, wonderful idea, okay? Don't get sucked in to working with an MCN. They will steal your money and your soul and your life, okay? So keep that in mind. Eddie Garrison is saying consistent, strategic, quality content will out your brand on a better path, will put your brand on a better path for success on Facebook and social overall. Absolutely. Alfred Tigolo is saying, to grow a page, the best thing to do is develop an audience. All very, very good stuff. And it seems like a lot of you guys don't have polls yet, which is very interesting. AK Boost Barbecue shared it. Love it. Carlos Cepeda is saying Roberto is awesome. Hey, Carlos, you're a client. Carlos works for a real estate company, and they just came on board with my private coaching program. What did you think of today's mastermind call? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comment area. Share it with our audience. Millie's TV Time is saying, hey, Owen, good to see you here. And we've got a lot of great stuff. So don't forget, guys, you can share this video now or at any time to get a free channel audit. Next week, we're going to be doing channel audits. It'll be cool. And if you want to find out more about how I am growing business channels, take a look at the Video Marketing Toolkit. Grab the link and go check it out. I'd love for you guys to check that out and let me know really if it can help you, because it's that kit is literally my building block for my private clients. Okay, PJ EQ is saying, how can I put your stuff on my channel? That is a great idea. Air 5 for that. I'm glad you like that idea. PJEQ is saying, what are cards? A YouTube add-on, a book? Okay. How many of you guys are using cards in your video right now? Eileen, is Eileen still with us? Eileen, I'd love to know if you're using cards and what success you might be having with cards. Yeah. Elite Jamaica is saying I shared it twice. Right on, dude. Okay, so the card system is a system whereby you can add a clickable link in your video. Okay, so if you guys go to the upper right-hand side, let's go to the full frame here. If you go to the upper, like right up here, okay, go right up there. You should see a lowercase I. Go ahead and click it, okay, and then click it again. I know it's going to take you off the channel, but that's all right. Just get a sense for how that works. Okay, get a sense for how that works. A YouTube card is a clickable link that you can put inside your video to make your to link out to your website, to your opt-in, and that sort of thing. Okay, so keep that in mind. That's what cards do. Everybody should have cards, and if I'm wrong about that, correct me. Okay, I'm going to change my video over here. I'm going to change my stature because I was trying something new, and I don't really like it, and so I'm going to go with this view right now. All right, and we're getting. I like this so much better, guys. I hope, and the lighting is a little off. Hang on a sec. Hang on. Hello. All right, we're just dialing things in. You know, we're dialing things in, and Eileen said she had to go. Okay, right on. Carlos Cepeda is saying it was a great meeting today. Now I know how easy it will be to make our videos. Larry Snow with the $15 super chat. Larry, air 5 to you. I really appreciate it. It's good to see you here, and it's good to see you on Twitter. You're very active in the community, and I love that. Yeah, I like this view so much better. All right, let's go back to our questions here. PJQ is saying, what is a good web camera setup? Do you use an external webcam or the iMac built in? Okay, so look, I am a pro at this. You know, my setup is really an amazing setup. So here's what I use. I use a Logitech C920 webcam. I'm looking at it right now, and that is always plugged into my computer. As a matter of fact, I have a second one that I use for travel, so that when I do podcasts and whatnot on the go, then I'm able to, I have a second one and I don't have to like worry about switching them back and forth and all that kind of stuff. Des Herbert, good to see you. So I use the Logitech C920. I'm also using, I'm also using my ATR 2100, okay? Phenomenal mic. I do have it plugged in right now. I do have it plugged in to a mixer, and I have the mixer so that I can do a second interview. I also have the mixer because we do a podcast, and my wife and I, we do a podcast, and on that podcast, we do need to have two of us, you know, speaking, and so we need a mixer for that. Oh man, I don't know what happened here. Oh wait, here we go. Main rack. That's what happened. And I want to show you something else that I use. Now, just give me a quick second here. Can you guys still hear me okay? Say yes if you can hear me. Put yes in the comment section. Can you still hear me? I want to show you guys something else that I use. This is called Soundbite, okay? This is called Soundbite. I just want to make sure that you guys can hear me. I'm waiting for a yes, waiting for a yes. Maybe you can't hear me, and that's why. All right, can you guys hear this?
You're listening to the Business of Video podcast, where the world's top YouTubers and marketers talk about what's working with online video. This podcast is recorded live on Facebook every week, and you can join us when you visit businessofvideopodcast.com. Now your host, Owen Video.
Okay, so that is Soundbite is an audio program, and I'm using it with Loopback. And the reason that I'm using it, I use this for my live streaming so that I can do cool sound effects and engage the audience audibly through the show. Okay, so check this out. So when I do my show on Wednesdays and I introduce Nick Nimmin, I say, I want to introduce Nick Nimmin, the infamous Nick Nimmin. Can you guys hear that? Oh, maybe you said it's kind of faint in the background. Let's try this. Watch this. Okay. No audio. How about now? I love it. Can you guys hear that? Can you hear the clapping? So I use this program called Soundbite to add sound effects into my shows, and I think it's a great question. Long-winded answer to your question about what's my setup, but it's a Logitech webcam. It's the microphone, it's the mixer, and then I have some software that allows me to do some really, really funny things. Longwell Artist saying gremlins. No. I hear clapping. Yeah, there you go. I think I've got, some really cool, like, now it's time for the news. Now, if you guys, I don't use a lot of sound effects for this show. This show on Mondays is kind of like my, it's a little more casual, okay? Longwell Art. Connor, it's good to see. I'm glad you guys are still out there listening. I love it when I see that core group of you guys that just kind of hangs out with me, because that's kind of what I'm doing. My wife is gone getting the kids. It's the end of the day for me. So it's good to see you guys all here. That's my setup, okay? And it is complex, and it is designed to make a better show. All right, so Kim here says, I might have a crazy, amazing opportunity and need to learn OBS and Wirecast stat. Any suggestions on a solid crash course to get me started? The best thing to do, Kim, is to avoid Wirecast, okay? Wirecast, as much as I appreciate them as a company, is only going to open up problems for you. OBS is the way that you need to go, and Nick Nimmin has some fantastic tutorials on how to do that. Alfred Tagolo is saying, your second C920 camera, I use a C120 or a C310 for my extra webcams. Tell me about this, Alfredo. And Alfredo is a good friend of the community. He streams for his church. We talk a lot on Facebook. We're in all the same groups together. So I'm glad to see you here, Alfredo. I don't know what a C120 or a C310 is. Can you explain that to us and let us know? He's also asking, Alfredo's asking, since we're hanging out with Owen, why don't you use a Hangout to invite guests on video instead? Would you guys want, here's why. I can't show the comments that are on screen. I can't show the comments if I use Hangouts, all right? I can talk and I can use sound effects, but I can't use comments. I can't use these lower thirds, right? Like Get My Video Marketing Toolkit. All right, so there you go. That's the biggest reason. Let me ask you guys something. If I were to do Google Hangouts so that you could come on to the show and ask questions and participate live, would you want to do that? Let me know. Because like I said, Monday night show is all about you guys. I'm here for you guys. No questions come in. I log off and finish my work. You know what I mean? I'm here to do open office hours, to just serve you guys. It's you guys that your shares and your views that grow my channel and make me, enable me to do what I do. So I'm grateful for that. All right. Pivey Project saying, I got to go. Catch you later. Good to see you. Glad you're here. Eric Peter Carlson is saying, always use cards, but not great success. Yeah, a lot of people don't click cards. You've really got to tell people, dude, click my card and go and get my card. So, Patricia A. Murray is saying Hangouts have all that. What? Screen, like logos and lower thirds? No. Not. I mean, maybe they used to have a PNG system, but I can't show the comments, right? So here's my full video thing, right? Here's my full video. But if I want to show the comments on this, I can't do that. Kim is saying the company that wants to hire me is committed to Wirecast. Okay, so then use Wirecast and learn Wirecast. Now, here's the thing: is Wirecast $500. So there's a free version. There's definitely a free version that you can get, and it's called Wirecast for YouTube. So you can get that, and you can start practicing with it. And I think that will give you enough advantage to play in that space. And learning Wirecast can't hurt you. All right? Here's what I want to talk about on what Kim just said. Kim is talking about she's potentially being hired by a company who potentially will pay her, right? And she has to learn a whole new software, which means she has to stop doing what she's already doing and focus new energy on this new project. That is a risk, and it is an investment. It's an investment. So you've got to balance your risks, right? And you've got to understand, okay, at what point, what do I need to learn, to get to a place where I'm hired by this company, right? I think it's a great opportunity. And I believe in following opportunity. In fact, guys, want to know something about me? Let me tell you something about me. I believe, let's just go au naturel. I believe that it is more prudent to follow opportunity than it is to follow your dreams. I do. Your dreams may never pay the bills. Your dreams may change, right? My dream when I was a kid was to be an actor. I started doing acting. I started doing community theater, and I hated it. Oh, I hated it so much. There was a lot that I hated about it. I hated all the auditions. I had never getting a role, and I thought, man, if I go to LA and I pursue acting, and am I willing to do this? I got into video and film because then I could be my own actor. And then I went to college for film, and I hated film. I did. Not that I don't like making movies. I like making movies. In fact, we're going to be making more movie-like videos next year for the channel, but and just for our marketing. But I didn't like this idea of being broke all the time and people turning down your ideas. And there is a lot of establishment politics in Hollywood, right? Meaning you have to toe the line or you're out. And I'm not that guy. I am a contrarian. So there's a lot I didn't like about it. So I continued video. All of a sudden, YouTube starts taking off. Guess what? I was primed and ready for YouTube, and I fell into that opportunity, even though it wasn't my dream. And now here I am today. And now I got to this place where my income and my time, because I have a staff, I have contractors that help me. Now I could actually sit and think about what is my dream. And my dream now is to start faith-based podcast and media with my wife. That's my dream now. And now I have the income and the ability to make that dream happen. So follow opportunity and let that help you develop your dream. I'm big on that. So Kim, keep us posted on all that. Gord Eisman is asking, is Soundbites a sound library? It's not just a sound library, my friend. It is also a sound board. So with one click,
You're listening to the Business of Video podcast.
Right, with one click, I'm right there. I can even have shortcuts on my on my keyboard. I have to load the file again. Sorry about that. But I could do...
You're listening to the Thriving Sexy Marriage Podcast. Relationship...
I hate that. We have to get a new one. I hate that. Here's another one I did. Bumper for my other show.
Share this podcast right now and put more Jesus in your newsfeed.
Do it! So you like that? So with the push of a button, I can stream the audio, and it just goes so well with the timing. So keep that in mind. All right, let's go back to the questions. We're running out of time here. Guys, ask your questions. If you have any questions about how to grow your channel, how to grow your business using Facebook, YouTube, and video marketing, ask your questions. We're here every single Monday night. We're live on Facebook every Wednesday with tutorials in between. Click the links in the description box to subscribe to the chat bot. Guys, there is a chat bot in the description box. Click on it, add it, so that when Nick Newman and I go live on Wednesdays, you get an alert. Sabby is saying, how do you get Soundbite? Google it. It's Soundbite with a Y. Soundbite with a Y, okay? And it's by Black Cat Systems. Green Screen Master is saying, where do you shop for your tech? Okay, great question. Here's the answer for you. I am Jason Allen, yes. I'm guessing you asked the question, so I would say your name. And because I'm grateful for you, I said your name. So, Green Screen Master is saying, where do you shop for your tech? Great question. Now, you may not like my answer, okay? Some people think that this is rude, but I use B&H Photo, and I use Newegg, right? And those are like my shopping and comparison sites. Like, that's where I find out where I find out what's going on in the space, and you know what the prices are. What the used prices are, and I kind of use that as my measuring bar. And then what I do is I buy the tech on Amazon. And I buy the tech on Amazon because I use smile.amazon.com. And so when I buy the tech on smile.amazon.com, a portion of the revenue or the proceeds goes to a nonprofit of my choice. So I was able to donate hundreds of dollars to a nonprofit charity last year because I use smile.amazon.com. And any of you guys can use it. Any of you guys can go to smile.amazon.com and set up an account there. And when you go to regular Amazon, it will actually ask you if you want to make that purchase using that system. So it's a great way to be involved in nonprofit. Green Screen Master is saying, what free editor do you recommend for YouTube? I don't. I do not recommend free editors. They are limiting, and they will look like all of your other, like they'll look like everybody else's video. So what I recommend is what is it? Camtasia. thevideospot.net/Camtasia. Get yourself a free trial there and try that out. It is a phenomenal piece of software. It's a phenomenal piece of software. It's a one-time fee of $197. Okay, I think Camtasia is $97. I think it's $97, but it's Mac only. Camtasia is Mac and PC, and I believe with Camtasia you're able to do two computers, right? So you can have like one on your laptop, your MacBook, and then one for your PC at work, right? And you can edit to go back and forth. Alfredo is saying, is it better to use Mac or PC to create your content on YouTube? You know, it's better to use the system you know. Okay, that's my answer. It's better to use the system that you know. I know Mac way better now. I used to be a PC guy, but I know Mac way better. So I recommend knowing what you know better. Other people, they just know a PC better. So why like rebuild your whole system, right? Based on the advice of some YouTuber, right? Instead, are you a PC person and you hate it? then get a Mac and start doing your stuff on Mac. And not only that, get an iPhone and get Apple TV, okay? My family went through like this 3-year process of getting off of all of our Android stuff. In fact, I'm looking at my old Android right now, which I use for games, and I use as I'm charging it right now as my kid's alarm clock. And the whole idea there is to we were honing ourselves off of Samsung and PC products. So now we have Macs. I have a Mac. My wife has a Mac. We have laptop Macs. We have Apple TV. We have iPhone. So our whole house is on one system that works perfectly. No viruses, nothing, no problems ever. I can stream, I can, send signals and beam, and I love it. Now, if you're not a Mac person, that's okay. Like, do it all with a PC. Get a PC and get Roku and get Android and stick to that system. Don't do the thing where you're like, well, I've got an iPhone, but I've got a PC. And I'm sure a lot of you guys, how many of you guys have, can you guys hear my kids yelling outside the door? How many of you guys have a system where you've got like a different brand of phone than you do computers? So you have like Apple and Samsung, or you have PC and an iPhone. Let me know let me know in the comments. Alfredo is saying 3 years to get off Android. It wasn't that. It was that I wasn't going to give away like a perfectly good computer. Like the computer I had, the PC I had was fine. So we bought iPhones, but we still had a Roku and a PC, okay? So I got rid of the Roku and I bought an Apple TV for $200. Let me tell you something, guys. Roku, I like Roku better than Apple TV. There's better apps. There's more apps. I like the usability. I like how durable you guys should see my Apple TV remote. It's cracked and broken and dumb, and it's $85 to replace. The Roku remote is $20 to replace. It's made to be dropped. It's got a handle on it. So I like Roku so much better. But I couldn't beam my computer. I couldn't watch videos back and forth. You had to make a decision. So, a year later, Alfredo, when we had more money, we bought Macs. And then, you know what I'm saying? So it took 3 years to kind of like get to that whole system. All right? Sabby is saying, I don't want to learn Apple, so Android ecosystem. Yeah, guys, just pick your ecosystem and go. David Maradiaga is saying, I want to thank you for pushing me to take the plunge and pick up okay, so David picked up his biggest online video contract tonight. He's saying, Owen, you demand. I'm saying, David, you demand. Congratulations. Everybody, let's give David some applause right there. Let's see if I can. Is Soundbite still open? Give it up for David. That's for you, buddy. Patricia is saying you can get Roku and operate it from your phone. Yeah, same with Apple. But it takes some time. Millie's TV Time is saying, we got some questions here. Alfredo is saying, how do you outline your content for each show that you do? So for the Monday night show, tonight's show, I'm winging it. Like I just like rocked my private client group for saying don't wing it. But I'm really free flowing here. Okay, I have an idea of what I want to do, which is why I didn't thank Dan Courier for sharing until like 10 minutes into the show. I'm supposed to do that in the beginning. But I forgot to do it because I'm kind of winging it. I'm right now in the process of developing this show. And I'm just going to let it happen organically. And I have ideas for where I want to go. But that's that. For every other thing that I do, I have a very clearly written out format. And you can learn that format in the Video Marketing Toolkit, which is right down below. You can learn that format. I teach it pretty clearly. Your format is the most important thing you could do. Nobody does a TV show in Hollywood. No one does a movie without a storyboard. And your format is like your storyboard, okay? It tells you how to move your video from beginning to middle to end and everything in between. you'll notice that on a TV show, guys, on a TV show, they have so many different objectives they have to overcome. They have to make sure the show makes money. They have to make sure that the Chandler or whoever, right, gets enough airtime. Seinfeld has to get all the main jokes. And there's no way they could do that without keeping track. So I use a format on my live show on Wednesdays. And by the way, if you guys want to join me for the live show on Wednesdays, Green Screen Master, Millie's TV Time, Mike Swaim. I don't know that I've seen you guys join us on the live show. So Paul Peck, you maybe have been there. I know Longwell Art is there every week. Gord is there every week. Kim is there. Ross Seilers comes. We do a live show with Nick Nimmin every Wednesday on Facebook. And if you want to join us for that, there's a link to the chat bot in the description box below. Here's my point, is that that show has an ROS, has a run of show that we use. And we follow it to a T. Like everything on that show, I'm not going to say it's scripted because it's not, but it's more like now say this, now ask this question. And my wife helps me to prepare that about 3 days before we go live. So keep that in mind. The next thing is my YouTube videos have a pretty solid format as well, and I use a system called Teamwork for that. In fact, wrong. I've largely memorized this, so I don't need to like have it in front of me anymore. But there is like this basic process that I go through in my mind. Gord is asking, who is your guest on this Wednesday show? This Wednesday show is very exciting. I'm glad you asked because we're going to be interviewing Bryce Jurgensen and Skylar Bruner of HowThingsGoViral.com. These guys have a company. It's just the two of them. And their whole thing is we'll get you viral organically. Organic doesn't mean free, but organic does mean that without paid ads. They've been very successful in the past. They're launching a new podcast, and I'm super excited to have them on the show. Bryce actually has a show called The Jergies. He's got almost 100,000 subscribers. So they know what they're doing. They're two young guys, very kind of cool guys. So I'm excited to have them on the show. Thanks for asking, Gord. And by the way, the name of that show is the Business of Video Podcast. Millie's TV Time is saying, how effective do you think a giveaway is? I would like to do a giveaway on my channel. Any tips? Yeah, you really, here's the thing. I do sort of a giveaway. I do share this video, and I'll give you a $5 Starbucks gift card. That does okay, right? But then I'm doing, share this video, and I'll do a live channel review. And so I'm going to compare the two and see which one does better. So that reminds me, if you're watching this video right now, and whether or not you want to win a live review, if you want to help me grow my channel and get new subscribers, share this video on Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn right now. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go find out all the people that shared it, and then I randomly pick 3 of them to win a channel review on next Monday's show. So on next Monday's show, I'm doing a lot of Q&A on this show. Next Monday's show, we're just going to be running through channels. And I'm going to pick those channels based on who shares my show. So I believe giveaways are effective, but I also believe you have to invest in them. Meaning you really have to promote them and make sure that there's value and get feedback and say, okay, I'm going to do $500 worth of stuff. I'm going to buy these t-shirts and pay for shipping, and then show the shirts and say, I'm going to give away 3 of these shirts for anyone who downloads my toolkit or whatever the case might be. You can use giveaway software. I just watched a webinar with my good friend, and he said that giveaways for him, he called them contests, but that they worked for him. So I believe in them, but I also believe that they're tough, and I believe you have to stick to it. Otherwise, it just sounds gimmicky. You know what I mean? So think about that. E for Electric says, Owen Video, what software do you use for live streaming onto multiple platforms? I am using Wirecast right now, but we will be using vMix next year. Wirecast is a fine company. They have, unfortunately, the software has presented us with just a variety of problems. And I think a lot of that has to do with the Mac. Mac, for everything that's great about Mac, but Mac doesn't allow you to use the computer's hardware the way you want to use it. Mac, what's the word? They partition their CPU and things like that. So I can't get my Mac to use more of my CPU for Wirecast. In other words, Wirecast is eating up my CPU. It's using so much of my computer that it's hard to do anything else with it. Now, similarly, I just tried to go live onto Twitter tonight. Didn't work out. Wirecast presented me with some more problems there. It shouldn't. It's a freaking API. It should be easy as that. I don't know. So another thing, E4 Electric saying, why are you switching? I'm switching on the advice of my live stream mentor, which is a guy, the guys over at Live Streaming Pros. I love them to death. They help me and I help them. Tom's Trains and Things, good to see ya. Glad you're here. So I'm switching because Wirecast is rigid. It doesn't provide me with the features. Well, it provides me with the features, but it's just like, I'll tell you this, Alex, it's like a gas vehicle, right? A gas vehicle will get you where you want to go, yes? But you don't want to use that system to get there, right? You're interested in a system that will accomplish your secondary objectives, your environmental concerns, your political concerns. Same with me. Like, Wirecast is great. I invested heavily in it. I spent $500 on this. But I'm moving over to vMix because I've seen the vMix system. vMix is who they say they are, right? We're going to use a ton of CPU, and you're going to need a big CPU to use it. I like that. I know what I can expect. Wirecast is like, hey, anybody can use Wirecast. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. You got to have a PC. I don't think it's great for a Mac. So that's why I'm switching. They didn't meet my needs, unfortunately. And I'm bummed out because I do like the company. I like what they do. I just don't like the way they sold me this software. David Maradiaga with a $5 super chat. Thank you, brother. E4 Electric says, what is your recommendation? So the question is, what is your recommendation for live stream software? It's two things. Number one is vMix. And number two is Restreamio. Just like Longwell Art said, Restreamio. Restreamio is a software. It's a platform. So you broadcast to Restreamio, and Restreamio then sends it out to the different places that you need it to go. With Restreamio and other similar services like it, like Switchboard.live does the same thing. You're going to pay per channel like you'll pay more to stream onto Facebook and YouTube, and then you'll pay more to stream onto Twitter, and then you'll pay more, so your monthly costs can get up there. But if you have a sponsor for the show, as you do, E4 Electric, then you should do that. Okay, so E4 Electric is saying Restreamio doesn't have any info on how it works or anything about the product, so I'm not sure. A lot of them don't, man. They're not marketing to the person that doesn't know. Here's the deal. Go to switchboard.live and check out their website is a little bit more like they tell you what's up. The idea is that you pay per month per channel you want to restream to, and oftentimes they will charge you per minute used or how many streams you do. Longwell Art is saying Wirecast needs at least an i7. You're right. I'm on an i5, and it just doesn't do the job for me. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up the show for today. Thank you so much for joining me. And before you leave, click that share button. Share this video out on your timelines right now. Help to spread the word. And remember, if you're trying to grow your business, if you're an entrepreneur and you want to grow with online video, subscribe to the channel and tune in every single week. We're live on Mondays on YouTube. We're live on Wednesdays on Facebook, and lots of stuff in between. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm the infamous Owen video.
Wow, the infamous? Infamous?
And I can't wait to see you guys next week. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.